What's up, everyone? Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you may be. Thank you for tuning in to the Man Cave Sports Talk podcast, where you get real talk, real sports, no agendas, just passion. I'm your boy, the Sactown Packhound, with my smart-ass co-host, Tim the Packer Hill. And without further ado, let's go! All right, Tim, so a lot of stuff to talk about. I don't know if you've seen the comments, but we have been getting reamed for our discussions on Caitlin Clark, which, hey, feel free, keep talking.
I still haven't seen them.
I'll show you, bro.
You gotta show me.
They don't like us. They don't like it. My favorite one is people calling me racist, bro. That's my favorite one. My wife is black. I got 6 kids that are black and white, and their comments are like, why is every racist person claim not to be racist by saying they got a black girl? Kind of hard to be racist if your wife's black, but it is what it is. I appreciate all y'all.
Well, here's the thing. Being racist, you only don't like one certain type of group. What if you hate everybody?
I hate everybody equally.
I mean,
everybody.
I can't be a racist because I hate everybody equally.
Absolutely. No, I do want to speak on that. I think people got it misconstrued that we were like dogging Angel Reese and dogging.
I was.
I don't have a problem with Angel Reese. I think that what I was trying to get across is that the mainstream media, mainly, people on ESPN and the very big networks, are forcing this into a race issue when it shouldn't be about race.
Correct.
What I'm saying is the WNBA, the people in the WNBA, the people covering the NBA should be happy that there's somebody or some people in the WNBA that are bringing recognition to it, because they've had very good players for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. Diana Taurasi, way back in the day, Cynthia Cooper, Lisa Leslie. I mean, they're on and on and on. Candace Parker. There's been plenty of exceptionally good players, but no one has ever brought the crowd in like Caitlin Clark has. We weren't saying that Angel Reese doesn't bring her own crowd and people don't go there to watch her, but the viewership does not lie. Like I said, look at the viewership when Angel Reese is playing, not against Caitlin Clark, but against somebody else. And then look at the viewership on Caitlin Clark's games. And it's night and day. My 19-year-old son came down the other day, first time in his life. We watch everything together, and he's like, hey, turn on, you know what I'm saying, Caitlin Clark. I was like, what are you talking about, bro? It's absolutely crazy. And the fact that people are making this about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, it's not about them. It's about, I'll tell you everything else. They're still losing $50 million this year. They're still going to be a losing entity, but at least they're not losing $200 million.
Right.
But it's getting better, and the viewership is getting better.
No, I completely agree with that. But look at it this way. If you have Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese now going at it, and they continue to push that agenda of rivals, maybe you have more viewers.
Yes, that's a great thing.
I mean, but the thing is, Sabrina Ionescu was just in the 3-point shootout with Steph Curry for a reason. Mm-hmm. Okay, she can shoot the long ball.
Mm-hmm. Not the same though.
But where was her press? I mean, she's against Steph Curry now.
Right.
Now you're going to see probably Caitlin Clark against Steph Curry.
Yep.
Because it's now her.
Right.
But the thing is, it's just, okay, yes, I will dog Angel Reese all day, every day that I'm alive. Okay. I do not like her. I cannot stand how she is in the media. And the last game that she played against the Indiana Fever,
they finally won.
Yeah, they did. Congratulations. Whoopee. Okay. You still are public enemy number 1 to me.
She did have better stats. She did have an overall better game.
She's
and
a
they
dog.
did win.
Whoopee.
Hey, that's what they need. I mean, I will say, as far as like stats, I know Angel Reese, I don't know if the streak has continued, but last I checked, she was like 8 games with consecutive double-double, which no one has done since, I believe it was Candace Parker. So she is putting up numbers. I think the stats are hilarious though, because the Fever are like terrible and they're like in the playoff hunt. It's kind of funny to me.
I don't follow women.
Hey, the one thing that I will, did you see, this was the funniest thing. It was a highlight on SportsCenter for like 3 days when Angel Reese got a steal and she was going down the court and she double dribbled twice on the way to the basket and the ref didn't call either one. It's like, bro, at this point, don't even have refs. If you can get away with that, like LeBron James gets away with, saying taking 8 steps down the court all the time. But double dribble, like literally switched hands mid-dribble twice. It was one of the craziest things I ever seen, man. Ever seen. I do want to talk about, though, what do you think about Clark being left off the U.S. Olympic team?
I believe she hasn't really earned her way on it if you're looking just NBA stats.
Absolutely.
But if it's based off of NBA or WNBA and what you accomplished there over not even just this year, but your career,
right?
I can see why she could be left off.
Right.
If you want viewership, you put her ass on the team. Maybe she plays 5, 6, 7 minutes a game or whatever, but I guarantee you're going to get people watching more.
Yeah.
But leaving her off, I think it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
I would have rather had her there to get the exposure. Because more eyes, more money.
Right.
Even if it is the Olympics.
Right.
So
I feel the same, although I will say I don't think that I think they made a mistake, like you said, based on if they want eyes on it or not, right? But if they put her on there, number one, stat-wise, no, she should not be on there. And if they did put her on there, it's going to go right back to Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark because Angel Reese has better stats right now than Caitlin Clark. So if they're
different positions, though,
right? But they're going to go right back at that, and then it's just going to feed onto that. I think what they did, I think it's the best thing for Caitlin Clark because I think that's going to drive her even more now.
Did any rookie make the team?
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't know who the team is.
No.
But
so I mean, Brittany Griner made it.
Okay, let's not go there. Okay, hold on. Let me retract that.
She's a dog on the boards.
Public enemy number one
is
not really Angel Reese. It is Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
Angel Reese is a close second, though. But she hasn't committed.
I don't mind Angel Reese. I'm not a fan of Brittany.
She hasn't committed any crimes and had to be bailed out of Russian prison. So
yeah,
the whole Brittany Griner thing.
It's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother can of worms I don't want to get into.
Yeah.
Because I will probably say something that some agency will find me for at some point in time. So we're not going to go there. And based on that, I had other things that I saw in the media over the last couple weeks. Okay, the swimmer, the transgender female swimmer that can't swim on the women's team.
Yeah, thank God.
It's your guy. Okay, there's a reason for it.
I'm tired of that, and I don't care if people get pissed off at me about this. And we're both around the same age, so we were raised in a different era. And I will be the first to let it. I have 6 children. 2 of them are bisexual. I completely support them. I don't agree with it. I support them. 100% don't agree with it. I am so tired of this narrative that if I want to compete with the women and I'm a man, that I should have the right to. No, you shouldn't have the damn right to because you are physically superior. I don't care how you feel. Mm-hmm. I don't have to agree with that.
Correct.
And the fact that I have daughters and I have sons, if my daughter was competing against a young man, I would be pissed because it's unfair. Yeah. Regardless of what sport it is, it's unfair.
And I know that you're going to have a lot of haters out there, which is perfectly fine.
Hate away.
But the thing is they're physically not able to compete with the men. Absolutely. That's why there's a WNBA. That's why there's an NBA. Mm-hmm. That's why you have women fighting women in UFC. Mm-hmm. You don't have a transgender woman fighting a man in the UFC. She'll die.
Uh-huh.
they have to do this. They have to keep it separated to protect people.
And it's so stupid because they're talking about they're standing up for women. No, what you're doing is regressing everything that women have fought for decades to get rights. And now you're taking those rights away and saying, you're no better than us and we're going to dominate you now. It's so stupid to me. It's completely unfair. And the fact that these men are coming over to these events is even more sickening to me. It's like, if that's how it's going to be, don't have a WNBA, don't have an NBA, have one league. If you're good enough to make it on the team, go ahead. And then you will have everybody complaining that there's no women in the NBA.
Well, you'll be better than Bronny.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're going to get into that too.
But what got me recently was a couple of days ago. I think it was the Miss Maryland pageant. Yes, I saw this on Yahoo. Miss Maryland pageant was run by a transgender female.
It's so ridiculous,
the men have entered.
It's ridiculous, man.
The realm of I'm going to wear a crown.
And it's like it frustrates me because I have several friends that are lesbian or gay. Love them to death. The difference, and they will be the first ones to tell you, they don't care about any of that shit. Just don't push it down somebody's throat. Don't force me to feel how you feel. And if I don't feel how you feel, then I must hate you because I don't feel how you feel. I tell my kids this. I go, I don't have to agree with you to love you. I love you. I support you. I think what you're doing is stupid. I still love you. And if that's how you want to live your life, it's not my life. I don't give a damn. More power to you. I wish you nothing but success and happiness. But it's just a culture now to where it's just like people feel like they have to be different. They have to be different.
And they have to have a day.
Yeah.
Or a month.
It's
or some sort of celebration.
All right, we're going to get banned. Okay, let's talk about something else.
Get back to sports.
All right, so let's talk about this asinine draft that just happened. We could start with the first round. So I'm just going to say this is the worst draft I've ever remember seeing.
It is. Well, I feel sorry for all the guys that got drafted. I mean, because they're all happy and they're going to teams and they got drafted in the first round and we're going to, but everything that is every announcer, every person is saying out there is the worst draft based off of talent.
When your number 3 overall pick, Reed Shepherd, the number 3 pick in the draft has started 5 games in his career. Like,
well, they were playing him up as this great 3-point shooter, and his stats are, he shot 52% from behind the arc.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Off of 3.5 shots.
Yeah.
Holy shit. He made 2 out of 4. Congratulations.
I think the only person that I really liked in this draft was Ron Holland. I think he's very good. I think he's going to be better than people think he will. Unfortunately, he went to the Pistons, but he's played for the G League Ignite, so he's played with NBA caliber talent. He's not coming from college, and I think he's going to do very, very good. The guy we drafted, Devin Carter, first of all, anybody that doesn't wear a shirt underneath the suit jacket's an asshole. I'm just going to put that out there. Yeah. I don't know him, but it's like, first of all, we got to go for needs. What we need more than anything is a stretch 4. That's what we need more than anything, and we draft a 6'2 guard. I don't get it. I don't understand what the hell we're doing. And then we go today and we trade Davion Mitchell, Sasha to Toronto.
Yeah, I don't know what that. I understand the reasoning behind the trade.
I mean, yeah, we're getting a 6'9 forward, but he averaged 7 points a game.
I'm not even worried about what we got because he's the wrong McDaniels. Okay, I'd rather have the other McDaniels. But we draft a point guard thinking he's going to be better than our existing backup point guard. So we got to send the backup point guard somewhere. We did that when we got Davion Mitchell and set out Tyrese Halliburton.
But Davion Mitchell just started coming into his own at the end of last season. He was shooting good. His defense, we already know what it is.
Yeah.
We're getting We're getting an unproven player to do the exact same thing that a proven player can do.
And we drafted Black Richard Simmons.
It's oh my God, his hair. Yeah, his hair is something else.
I'm telling you, all I thought was the stupid red shorts and the tank top and Richard Simmons' hair. And I look at him like,
he was the coolest guy out there. I'll tell you that. It was just such a joke, man. Like, I'm looking at the draft and I'm like, Zach Edey going to Memphis.
That was interesting. I had him way down in the first.
So did I. Yeah, I didn't think he was going to go that high.
I feel sorry for my best guy out of that draft. I thought was Dalton Connect.
Yeah,
I love. I mean, I'm an SEC guy.
He's a great shooter.
I mean, I love watching him play at Tennessee, and for him to go to the Lakers, and now he's just going to disappear from.
I don't know. I kind of feel since they drafted him, you can't have too many white guys on the team. So I think they might trade Austin Reeves now. He's due for a contract. I don't know, dude. They got to be working on something. I know they're working on Anthony Davis, maybe possibly getting out of there. But the stupidest thing they did is drafting today and with the 55th pick, Bronny, which I told you was going to happen. I'm surprised they didn't waste a first round pick on him. But you waste a second round pick on a freaking kid that averaged 4.6 a game in college. Granted, he didn't play a lot because he had the cardiac arrest, but number one, that's going to be with him for his whole career. But now you have J.J. Redick as the coach, who's buddies with LeBron, who has a podcast with freaking LeBron. So basically, LeBron's going to be the coach, and he's going to make sure Bronny plays. Well, and it's just...
There is no way that Bronny can make this team.
Oh, he's going to make it.
I understand he's going to make it, but talent-wise, he can't even make the G League team.
What's so funny is all the comments I was reading after day one, thousands, probably tens of thousands. I probably read 100 comments where it was like the most exciting player was not even, picked. Best player in this draft is Bronny James. How could you guys miss on Bronny James? And it's like, you guys are going off of a name. You guys don't have no clue about actual basketball, because if this guy was not LeBron James' son, he wouldn't even be drafted.
No, he
would have to go back to school because nobody would want him. Not even a thought.
Nope, nobody.
There is 1,000 kids with those exact stat lines that are going to go work at an auto shop next year.
And I love the pro day that he had for some people.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'll come over here and I'll take a jumper over here and I'll take a jumper over here and I'll make like 8 in a row or something. Hey, congratulations.
But the scouting reports were dogging him. And look, I'm not. I hope that if he turns out to be a more better than average player, good for him.
Dude, all he
good
does microphone.
But I don't understand the thought process in wasting a second round pick on somebody who averages 4.6 a game.
I mean,
I just don't get it.
If this is the LeBron league,
it is.
Then I got an idea. You can have your son to play with you. How about you just bring your wife into ref? I mean, because the referees aren't doing anything.
I mean, they're on his payroll anyway. I mean, that's why I get so frustrated when people bring up who's the GOAT conversation. They're like, oh, he's better than Michael. And then you watch these freaking clips where people breathe on him. The one with freaking Jokic, where Jokic is like moving his hand away and Bronny grabs his face and then flies 6 feet into the stands. And it's like the most ridiculous flopping I've ever seen in my life. And it's so disgusting, bro. And yes, he's one of the GOATs. He's nowhere clear. He's maybe top 5 to me. He is nowhere near the top. I have Kobe over him, even in the Lakers organization. But they look at stats and they look at, he's been in the league for 20 years. He's been the number one on his team for 20 years. Yeah, he's going to have the most points in the league.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're looking at top 5, I have him roughly around 4 on my list. I got Jordan.
I ain't on that one off.
I got Wilt, and I got LaFlop. And that's just because of longevity.
I mean, he's an amazing player. His strength, the way he can get to the basket, he's got a great shot. I wouldn't
go that far.
He is an incredible player.
Yes.
But his attitude, his complaining, his flopping. When did you see Jordan stay on one side of the court arguing with the ref while his team is playing 4-on-5 on the other end? He wouldn't do that. He'd yell at the ref later.
everything is different. Eras are different.
Eras are completely different.
I mean, in Jordan's era, you had the bad boy Pistons. You had, if you sniffed,
Even the Celtics,
they
Robert Parrish and Kevin McHale, yeah, they will beat your ass. Like,
could you imagine if LaFlop was in that era playing as
no
pussy as he is now? Holy shit.
Oh my God.
They would laugh him out of the gym.
And that's what I tell everybody, because I have this, debate with, my son. He's really into sports, and we have this debate, and we go back and forth all the time on who is the GOAT. And I tell him it's an impossible conversation. It's an impossible conversation because everybody that's watching the game today, that's 20, 22, 23 years old, never saw Jordan. People that saw Jordan in his prime, like us, we never saw Wilt in his prime.
Nope.
We never saw Oscar Robertson in his prime. So it's so hard. And on top of that, just the athletic ability it increases every year. So players that are number 11 on the bench right now would have been superstars in the 60s, so it's like the eras are different. The game is completely different. It's with every sport, baseball, football, basketball, everything. It's impossible to say who is the GOAT, but what I can say is he's not the GOAT. I can for sure say that. There's too many players that have made the game what it is to say that he is the GOAT just because he has the most points.
Yeah. Okay, so with the whole eras and things changing, this brings me to another topic of what is considered fair in basketball realm of, say, people coming in at 7'9". So you have a 10-foot hoop and you're 7'9" with an 8-foot wingspan and don't have to jump to dunk.
Mm-hmm.
And not many people can cover a 7'9" person. I bring this up because the Florida Gators has gotten a high schooler
ridiculous,
has committed to Florida, and he's 7'9".
Yep.
Okay. How can you play defense against a 7'9" guy?
Yep.
When your biggest guy is, say, 6'10".
The thing about players like that, though, they're very limited on mobility. He'll be good for a little while because he's very young, but he will have.
I don't know if he's going to be good,
right?
But just the fact that you could throw a 7'9" dude on the block, all he's got to do is just turn around and dunk on you, and you can't do a thing about it.
No, and I mean on top of that, speaking of errors and just how things change. When we were young, centers played in the box. Mm-hmm. That was it. They didn't come out the box. Hakeem Olajuwon was the closest, to it. He would do that little dream fade. Mm-hmm. Now you have centers coming out, and they're shooting threes consistently.
Yeah.
I mean, when you got Kristaps Porzingis, what is he, 7 foot? And he's out there shooting threes. Yeah. It's like, the game has evolved so drastically. It's a completely different game.
Layups and dunks and three-pointers.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you see the 3 and D people that they keep mentioning. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you shoot threes and you play defense.
Yep.
Okay, so can you do anything else?
Nothing.
I mean, can you pass?
A mid-range jumper doesn't exist anymore. Besides DeMar DeRozan, Paul George, if he's healthy, DeMar has the best one in the league.
Yeah.
But and I mean, I even see it when I coach 7th and 8th grade. Mid-range jumper's gone. Everybody wants to shoot threes. That's all they want to do.
Yeah.
It is so frustrating as a coach, dude.
I mean, that's why I get upset with these 3 and D guys. What is a 3 and D guy? Mm-hmm. So you can shoot 3 and then you play defense.
Yep.
So on the offensive side, so you're limited. Mm-hmm. So we've got a problem there.
Exactly.
You should probably have more talent.
Yeah.
Just doing one thing.
Yep. 100% agree.
So I 100%
agree.
I don't believe in it.
No. So what do you think about the rest of the draft? Do you think any team got better? Because I don't see anybody that's going to come in and make an impact that's going to catapult a team to the level that they need to be.
The Spurs interested me with what they did.
Well, it can't get much worse.
Yeah, but they needed guard help. Mm-hmm. But they drafted Castle with the 4th pick. Mm-hmm. Then they drafted Dillingham with the 8th pick, and then sent him to Minnesota for a 2031 first round pick. That is 7 fucking years from now. Why are you sending someone for 7 years down the road?
Somebody got a kid on the playing right now that's in like 7th grade. He's like, we're getting you, son. Don't worry.
he could have been someone to help with the backcourt with Castle.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're both point guards, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But for us, it's 7 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested. I think the Kings got to be working on something. I don't see a scenario where this is the product we're putting on the team. Putting on the court. I feel that McNair is up to something. I know there's been a lot of talk. I heard that we were this close to getting Caruso, which I'm so mad about because I wanted him so bad. We were offering the 13th round pick and a couple players, and it was pretty much done. And then last second, they decided no, that they wanted freaking Giddey. If you want the diddler, whatever. But, I mean,
what about
Thunder got a lot better, I'll tell you that, because Caruso is one of the best perimeter defenders in the game.
I mean, what are the Knicks doing? Why are you sending 5 first-round picks?
So ridiculous.
For Mikal Bridges.
That's what they gave up for Durant. That's what the teams gave up for Durant.
Yeah.
5 first-round picks. You gave that up for Mikal Bridges?
Yeah. Who's not even an all-star.
The only thing that I'm happy about with that is that Cameron Thomas is one of my favorite players in the league.
He's going to see the ball now.
He's finally going to be the man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what that dude has done to the coaches, but it was give Mikal the ball and let him do his thing. And it was like, every now and then we're going to give you the ball. And Cameron Thomas is a bucket.
Can we trade for Cameron Thomas?
I would be so freaking happy,
he would
bro.
take over Harrison Barnes' spot.
I would be so happy, dude. I am such a big Cameron Thomas guy, man. That dude is, I remember, what was it, 2 years ago when they actually let him shoot 2 games in a row when he put up 40 plus, two straight games. And then he was like back to getting like 9 minutes a game. I'm like, did this dude sleep with the coach's wife or something? Like, what is happening, dude?
Yeah, I saw some pretty decent games with him.
Yeah, he's nice, dude. I think he's really nice. I don't know why he does. I know his defense probably needs work, but shit, everybody's defense in the league needs work. There's like 10 really good defensive players in the league.
Yeah, and half of them are on Minnesota.
Yeah, exactly. We're on Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of that, do got to give you props. You called the finals dead ass on. Celtics in 5. They pretty much disassembled the Mavericks. Yeah. I mean, there was Kyrie Irving. Man, he did not do what I thought he was going to do. Luka Doncic, I really feel that prior series hurt him. You could tell he was not 100%. Still led in every single statistical category that there is, and just no one else showed up.
Yeah, the Mavericks. I went into the podcast. We talked about the NBA Finals. I said it would go 4-1. It went 4-1, and the reason behind it was that outside of the 2 guys on each team, the next 5 best players were all on Boston. And they showed themselves.
Oh, Drew Holiday and Derek White showed out, bro.
I mean, they showed out. By far the better team throughout the playoffs. And there wasn't enough in Dallas's offense that could help.
I think
they only scored over 100 points once. And that was in the blowout game that it looked like Boston just didn't care.
And I want to beat them. And I really think that it helped Boston a lot that their road to the finals was pretty easy. The teams that they played, their superstars were hurt. It wasn't that much of a challenge. And I think they got a lot more rest that was needed. And the Mavericks, dude, they were pushed and pushed and pushed. And I just think they're older. And, man, like I said, Luka, as good as he did, you could tell he was hurting. You could tell.
Oh, yeah, no. Hurting. Physically, he was banged up. But But the thing is Boston went at him.
Oh, for sure.
Every moment they could.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they fouled him out of 1 game.
Yep.
Okay. Luka doesn't play defense very well.
No, at all.
And they attacked him repeatedly.
Yep.
With multiple players.
Mm-hmm.
And they ran him down.
Yep.
Even though he was the best person on the floor, the best team kicked his ass.
I was glad that Jaylen Brown won MVP. I think he definitely deserved it. I was kind of surprised they didn't just give it to Tatum.
Yeah.
Especially because he has some pretty high scoring games.
No. Game.
Yeah.
Maybe game 3.
He had a couple of high scoring games, but as far as like thorough games, Jaylen Brown was there every game.
Yeah, and he was covering Luka most of the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, if he didn't get it, I think Derek White deserved it. That dude was clamping people down, man. He was doing good. His defense is so underrated.
And I had told you, Holiday.
Drew Holiday's nice.
In that podcast, I had told you that there was an outside chance that he could win MVP. After 2 games, he was the MVP.
Yeah, for sure.
But then he kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
But he was still there. But after 2 games, I was looking really good.
Yep.
I like the 4-1.
I'm glad they didn't sweep them. I'm glad they didn't sweep. There was a couple of games where, man, Dallas came out on fire, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it back. And then it felt like the Kings, bro. Like they start off real hot, and then that third quarter comes, and you're like, how?
Boston throughout the year had issues either not being engaged in like the fourth quarters to where their leads would disappear.
Yeah.
And it happened in games 1 and 2, if I'm not mistaken, that they had pretty good leads, and they came back.
Right.
Almost got it tied up before they went back on like a 10-0 run or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they had lapses in concentration, and it happened during the playoffs again.
Right.
In the finals. I'm just glad that they were able to hold on and win those closer games. But the game 4 that they got blown out in,
they didn't care. They wanted to celebrate at home. That's what they wanted.
And that's exactly what I saw on the floor. Like the effort was like, okay, here you go.
Yeah. We'll give you one.
Yeah. We're not going to shut you out.
Yeah.
You guys can take.
We want to go straight from the game to the after party.
We're going to give our guys a little half a rest.
Yep.
And then they can rest for 3 days because it took 4 days between playoff games.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we're just going to spank your ass in game 5.
Yep.
And they did.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The hockey.
Dude.
I don't know if you saw the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I saw.
I mean, we didn't. I don't know if we picked them in the podcast, whatever. But I had Edmonton winning in either 6 or 7 because I thought their offensive stars were far superior than Florida. Yeah. And to watch their best 5 scorers have 0 points through the first 3 games,
they almost did it though.
I'm like, what the shit am I watching?
Yeah.
And then they come out and bang them 8-1, bang them 5-2, bang them 5-3, and 3
tie it up.
Not even in the last 2, they didn't even care. And then tied them. Then thinking, this is the offense that I thought I was going to see at the onset of this series. And then Florida's goaltender in Game 7 was just good.
Yeah,
he just beat them.
Yeah,
and then just listening to the Florida Panther crowd. So if you don't know, the Conn Smythe Trophy is for the MVP of the playoffs.
Right, right.
It normally is given to the championship team best player.
No. The losing team.
The losing team's best player, Connor...
Bernard.
No, Connor... Oh, my God. Connor McDavid. Connor
He didn't even come out and get it. He stayed in the locker room.
Because he was afraid.
He was pissed.
Yeah. So Connor McDavid gets the Conn Smythe, and they just let him have it in the stands. They had to mute it for like 3 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was so bad. It's like, job Florida fans.
Hey, that was exciting though, man. To be down and then to come back and tie it. I mean, it was super exciting. I think it got a lot of eyes on hockey that normally wouldn't be watching it. It was talked about a lot more than I ever heard it. You know what I'm saying? Talked about. It's good for the sport.
Yeah,
I mean,
you got probably one of the best players that are going to be around a long time in Connor McDavid.
Oh yeah,
that guy
David is disgusting, dude.
That dude is amazing.
There's a lot of really good players coming out right now. I think it's becoming a lot more popular, especially here in the States. Always been popular in Canada, but it's becoming a lot more popular here in the States. Yeah. A lot of schools are getting into it now, whereas they were never in the past. Yeah. So
I watch it during playoff time. I don't really catch much along the way. I mean, I follow the Colorado Avalanche.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So my teams are Sacramento Kings, Colorado Avalanche. I follow St. Louis Cardinals in baseball and the Green Bay Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am not a fucking homer. I'll give you that.
So we're in the boring time of the year now. So
It's only baseball.
but coming up is our favorite time of the year, fantasy football time. So this was not talked about before, but I'm just going to go top five picks of fantasy if you were to draft without thinking about it too much. Top 5 right now.
Scoring type.
PPR.
Because it makes a big difference.
PPR. I think Christian McCaffrey number 1, right? Everybody's going to say Christian McCaffrey.
Just because he's on the field for all
He touches the ball so many times.
and they have to feed him.
I think the next 3, I think it's wide receiver. It's just where you put them.
See, I think within the top 5, I think Bijan Robinson needs to be in there, just for the fact that
I think Breece Hall should be above Bijan Robinson. Breece Hall was a number 2 back in the league without Aaron Rodgers last year. Now, with Aaron Rodgers,
had to give him the ball.
well, no, I mean, they were losing a lot, so they were throwing the ball, you know what I'm saying, a lot. He got a lot of touches taken away, I think, because they had to get the ball down the field because they were losing. And I think with their defense is going to be really good. I think they're going to be with Aaron Rodgers. They're going to be controlling the clock a lot more. And like I said, he was already number 2 last year. I personally, I would put him above Bijan, but I'm not going to argue that. You know what I'm saying? Bijan is good. Everybody on the Falcons is going to be way up this year.
Yeah.
Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and you know what I'm saying, Bijan are all going to be studs this year.
And I think they're still going to be playing from behind a lot, just because their defense isn't that great.
Yeah.
So, but they are in a pretty weak division.
Oh, yeah. I think number 2 for me, it's such a toss-up, bro. It's hard for me not to say Tyreek Hill, but I don't even care who's stolen him the ball, dude. Justin Jefferson is just that dude. He's going to get the ball. They're going to be losing. He's going to get the ball. And I think Aaron Jones being back there I don't think people are taking that into consideration enough. I think he's going to help out a lot.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how Aaron Jones runs behind a different offensive line, because Green Bay's offensive line was pretty stout.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
Absolutely.
Both against the pass and in the run. Mm-hmm. Minnesota, not so much.
No.
I mean, you could tell that Alexander Mattison had high hopes for once Dalvin Cook left. And even with Dalvin Cook there the last couple of years, it hasn't been very good.
No.
So it'll be interesting
and
to see
now
what Aaron Jones does.
I'm interested in what the hell Sam Darnold does, man. I am so interested.
Well, how long is he going to be back there for?
I think they're gonna give him a little bit of a leash, because what's their other option? Jaron Hall? I mean,
well, no, they've got the rookie.
Well, Jaron Hall was a rookie last year.
No, oh my God, they drafted one.
Well, they got
McCarthy. No, is it McCarthy? Shit.
Now I'm all confused because Penix went to the Falcons because that's where I wanted him to go to the Raiders.
Yeah,
but
it's JJ McCarthy.
McCarthy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Darnold goes 0-3.
Oh yeah,
done.
Oh, for sure.
And there's a really good chance that they go 0-3.
I think so.
Okay, I don't know when their bye week is.
As long as Justin Jefferson gets a couple touchdowns in each game, I don't care.
Correct. But the thing is overall for the year, like fantasy wise, I have Tyreek Hill over Justin Jefferson.
I think he's in a much better offense. They're poised to make a move, and if Tua stays healthy, Tyreek Hill's definitely putting up numbers. The only bad thing is Ken has him. So
but I would also put, just because of the quarterback situation and no other reason for it, I would put Jamar Chase over Justin Jefferson.
But see that I agree, but and I still believe in Joe Burrow. I do, but he hasn't. He's just the last couple years, man. The injuries are starting to stack up, and he's not young anymore. What is he? 30 now? 31?
No, he's not that old.
You don't think so?
No, he's only been in the league since 20.
How old is Yeah, you're right.
He's probably 26, 27.
Let me see. How old is freaking Joe Burrow? Because now I'm curious.
But yeah, I mean, just for the fact that you can't really double team him.
No, especially now that he's 27.
Yeah.
So, he's about to be 28 though. So
Rodgers is 40.
Yeah, well, he's a freaking
and I'll tell you, Garrett Wilson, if Aaron Rodgers is healthy,
I think Garrett Wilson is going to be a top 10 receiver.
He can be a top 5.
He is nice, dude. He is nice, Garrett Wilson. So yeah, I agree. Tyreek Hill, number 2, and then I could put Jamar Chase, Jefferson are both, right there. Then at number 5, there's so many players it could be because this is going to be a weird year. There's so many changes in important positions. I really think Drake London I don't think he's going to be top 10, but I would say top 15. I think he's going to take a huge leap. But I think the biggest leap that the league is going to see is in the tight end position. I think Kelsey's days as a number 1 receiver are gone. He's still going to be very good.
I don't think he's a first round pick.
No.
And I wouldn't doubt that he gets drafted in most leagues in the second round.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But I do think that Dalton Kincaid is going to be the number 1 receiver just out of pure they have to, because I think he's going to have 110 receptions this year because they got rid of everybody. He's throwing to Khalil Shakir, who's still good, but they're going to be throwing a lot to, Kincaid. Sam Laporte is going to get the ball a ton. Hawkinson is going to get the ball a ton. I think Mark Andrews, even though he's older, is going to get the ball a ton.
Yeah, he always gets the ball a ton.
He's been hurt, but now with adding Derrick Henry there and with Odell Beckham leaving now, they really have like Zay Flowers and
Rashad Bateman.
Exactly.
That's pretty much it.
So Andrews is going to be getting a ton of, touches. It's going to be interesting to see the tight end carousel and where everybody falls this year. Kyle Pitts is another one. Kyle Pitts is going to have a very good year.
I would love, and I know being in the same leagues, 2 leagues, that will probably fight for Kyle Pitts at some point in time. But I would love to get him late in the draft.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then whatever happened with Darren Waller, I mean, that guy just up and quit.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude should have been a stud in New York, and he's going.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting year. There's a lot of unknowns. I think that one of the players I'm really excited about is oh my God, I'm drawing a blank right now. He went to the Chiefs. Wide receiver.
Xavier Worthy.
No.
Well, that's who they drafted, and that's your next Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, no, he's nice, but he's a freaking veteran. Why can't I think of his freaking name? Oh my God.
I still don't know what Crashy Rice.
Oh, he is going to be out for a while. They just haven't announced it yet.
Yeah. I say it's 4 to 6 games.
I think, yeah, 4 games. Yep. Let's see. I can't believe I can't think of his name right now. I'm getting super frustrated now.
Yeah, I don't know exactly who went where. I know that they lost.
Marquise Brown.
Oh, that's right.
Marquise Brown is going to be good in the Chiefs offense, dude.
If he can catch the ball.
He's going to be good in the Chiefs offense. And like I said, dude, there's just Amon-Ra. He's going to have a really good year. I think Puka Nacua is going to be in the top tier of freaking receivers. I think he's going to have better stats than Cooper Kupp myself.
I think you're going to see a decline there.
Really?
Just for the fact that Stafford's older and Stafford's beat up and there's nothing after.
So is Aaron Rodgers. I mean, that doesn't mean that the stats are going to go down. They said that last year, and when he came back, he was looking really good.
Stafford's not Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know.
There's not a lot of people that are Aaron Rodgers.
I think Stafford is super underrated quarterback.
Yeah, but he's just old. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is his 16th year coming up.
Problem is now we're talking about eras. Now quarterbacks are playing regularly now, 40 years old. It's not even like back in the day. That was crazy. Now it's like 40, 41.
Yeah, because back in the day, you ran the ball a lot. You didn't use your quarterbacks all that often.
Yeah.
So the talent level at quarterback back in the day wasn't that great. Mm-hmm. You have to be great now.
Yeah.
And you have to have longevity being great. Mm-hmm. That's why Brady hung around a long time. That's why Aaron Rodgers is able to hang around a long time. You get these flash in the pan quarterbacks that come in for 1 or 2 years and then they're done.
What do you think is going to happen with Nick Chubb?
That guy is injury prone.
His leg's been snapped in half 3 times, and he keeps coming back. I don't think he's human. That dude is a monster, dude. To have that injury 3 times
he is one guy that I avoid in every draft, but ends up playing well enough to be considered in the top 15 of running backs.
You know who I refuse to draft every year, and the past 3 years they've kicked my ass, and I just refuse to freaking draft him, is James Conner. I don't know why, dude. I don't like the guy. I mean, nothing against him. I just don't like him as a fantasy player. But it seems like every time I freaking play, because Ken always has him. I don't know why. Every time I play, he gets him 3 touchdowns. I'm just like, I've had
him in leagues, and he's always been hurt.
Oh, it frustrates me so bad, dude.
He is one frustrating dude.
And what do you think about the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback situation?
Russell Wilson will start for the immediate future. Depending on how their season progresses will depend on where Justin Fields will fit in. I'm assuming that they're going to have certain packages for him to come in as your scat back, your dual threat piece of shit quarterback, and use his legs a little bit because Russell Wilson doesn't really use his legs anymore. But if they start losing early, which I can't see them really doing it, then yeah, they may make a change, but I believe that there'll be packages for him.
What I think, I see Russell Wilson going 4 games. I've always thought Russell Wilson was an overrated quarterback. Even when he was in Seattle, I thought their defense was so good. I think people don't realize how good their defense was, and he was able to make some plays because he could scatter around and escape the pocket. They had a great, you know what I'm saying, a freaking running game. Oh, man, you got to take that, babe. That's Sullivan. They had a great running game, and it allowed them to kind of play what Pete Carroll had in mind. The difference in Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin's not going to play with his Hollywood bullshit. That dude is a diva. I don't think he's that good. I think they saw that in freaking Denver, because in Denver, he has some weapons. You have Jerry Jeudy. Cortland Sutton's a nice receiver. Javonte Williams is a good running back. You have, and a supposed great coach, but I don't believe in Sean Payton either.
Yeah, but I mean, you have Sean Payton that came from the Saints and Drew Brees. I mean, why couldn't Russell Wilson run what Drew Brees ran?
Same size, same attributes.
Same everything.
Yeah, he could scramble better, but that's about it. But that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's that good of a quarterback. And maybe at one time he was okay. I just think his skills are declining quite a bit. I don't think his focus is solely football. I mean, with his wife being Sierra and everything, they have other interests in mind, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't think his sole focus is football. I believe Justin Fields' sole focus is proving people wrong now, because he's been doubted. He's been dropped from a team that he was supposed to be the franchise in, and I think he's got a huge chip on his shoulder. I don't think it really matters to Russell Wilson.
I mean, he may have that chip on his shoulder, but his talent level isn't what it should be.
I disagree. I know you don't like him. I like Fields. I think Fields was in, like I said, dude, that offensive line in Chicago the past couple of years, it has been one of the worst in the league.
To be a quarterback in the Bears organization is brutal.
Yeah.
Okay. They can't.
Caleb Williams about to find out.
They can't draft them. They can't develop them.
They can't protect them.
They can't protect them. They can't get coaches that can coach them.
Who's the best quarterback they've ever had?
Name one of. Well, the problem is
Jay Cutler. Was that the best quarterback they've ever had?
Probably.
Yeah, that's sad.
Okay.
That is sad.
I know. Jay Cutler being their best quarterback.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I completely agree. I mean, they've had like 40 quarterbacks in the last 15 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and none of them have been good.
No.
Okay. That's an organizational thing. Mm-hmm. But the thing is I'm also very high up against Ohio State quarterbacks coming into the league. Okay. Because they've all been trash. All of them. Every one of them has gotten to the league, drafted high, complete trash.
Where's CJ Stroud go?
Okay. I'm just saying, he had his 1 year.
Oh, dude, he's gonna be better this year, man.
I hope he is.
Hey, you know why he's gonna be better? Because of Stephon Diggs, not because of Diggs is great, but that's gonna take so much pressure off of Nico Collins and Tank Dell, man. Yeah. And with Joe Mixon back there, they're gonna be disgusting.
I like the Texans team.
They're nice.
At least their offensive
side.
Defense, it's a work in progress.
Yeah,
but.
Break TJ Watt out of retirement.
CJ Stroud had a hell of a year, which surprised me because I am all against Ohio State quarterbacks. Okay, because they've all been trash up till now, all of them. Okay. Joe Burrow left there after 1 year and went to LSU.
Yeah.
And he became a better quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay. He stays at Ohio State. Who knows?
Not a big fan of LSU. Let's not talk about Jamarcus Russell.
Okay. I'm not a fan of LSU either. Okay. But LSU produces receivers for whatever reason.
Yes, they do.
I'm a Florida fan. Hate LSU. Hate Alabama.
Who's going to be the best rookie wide receiver?
Now I gotta think of who got drafted.
Malik Neighbors, Romeo Dunze, Marvin Harrison Jr.
I think Marvin Harrison Jr. has the best opportunity.
I think so too, because they're going to force feed him the ball.
Correct, because they have nothing else.
They're going to force feed him the ball.
The only issue is with Kyler Murray and if he stays healthy and if he can get the ball down the field.
The thing about them is that division, he's going to get a lot of opportunities because they are going to be throwing the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Lots.
Yeah. I mean, stat-wise, he should probably have the best. I mean, Neighbors has got Daniel Jones and whoever else has got a quarterback that team in the near future.
And
but they also don't have very much on offense, so he could be force-fed.
Right.
Out of the gate. I'm not Roma Dunze. Sorry, bro, but
Caleb?
You got the diva throwing to you.
So did you see the sideline video of Keenan Allen running a go route on the sideline and Caleb Williams? It was just like practice, no pressure. And he underthrew him so bad, he had to stop running to catch the ball, and you could hear him. Keenan Allen goes, "Oh, hell no, man." Like, it's so funny to me that they're already putting it out there. He's already been pulled on 7-on-7 drills because he was throwing, I think, like 4 straight, interceptions. It's like, I've been saying this, I think Caleb Williams is going to be a bust. I
completely agree.
He's number one, the system, the organization.
Yeah.
But I've been saying, what the hell did he do at USC that makes him the next Patrick Mahomes like everybody's trying to make it out to be?
He came out as a junior, right? So his sophomore year. I mean, he has all the attributes. He has all the skill sets.
For sure.
Okay. And he played well sophomore year.
So did Jamarcus Russell.
His main weapons left after his sophomore year, and you saw what happened. Okay. So he had struggles getting others incorporated once his main guys left.
Yeah.
Jordan Addison left.
Yeah.
There's another wide receiver that bolted somewhere in the transfer portal. But he struggles.
Yeah.
And I will have to go and re-up my subscription to HBO or HBO
Hard Knocks. They're gonna have 6 teams on there or something.
No, it's just the Bears.
Well, they're having the Bears, but then they're having different teams. They announced it for like
there's an in-season Hard Knocks.
Yeah,
however many teams are going to be involved, but the Hard Knocks that's coming out the beginning of August or what have you for the entirety of training camp and such is the Chicago Bears. I can't stand them, but I can sit there and laugh at them for a good hour
for sure
every Tuesday night. Because that could be the best shit show.
Oh, for sure.
That I could ever watch.
For sure.
Literally. I mean, it was Dallas on there a couple of years ago and watching Dak and Zeke and just the
Zeke's back.
Just the stupidity of Zeke in all of those episodes. I kind of felt bad for him because they portrayed him as this complete idiot, which he is, because another Ohio State idiot. But I mean, fucking the halter tops and
oh my god, don't start the halter tops, bro. I hate that.
Just the stupid shit that they did for every episode, and then they're talking Dak up to being this great player.
He's very good in the freaking regular season
until he plays Green Bay and we smash his ass.
It's just ridiculous. And then how about the way too early surprise team of the year?
Man. See, I don't see any real surprises this year. I mean, you got 6 rookie quarterbacks that are at some point in time probably will take over the starting jobs.
I see 2 teams. I see the Jets.
See, I don't see that as a surprise. I mean, you're getting your quarterback back that you build everything trying to get around him. He goes down in 4 plays.
Yeah.
I'm expecting them to win the division. Okay, Buffalo's taking 1, 2, 4 steps.
We all know if they're going to win the division. That's tough.
I'm still not a fan of Tua. Okay. Yes, he's got all this great speed around him. Okay.
He was breaking records last year.
I know. But the thing is,
and they didn't lose anything.
With the Bills stepping back, Dolphins not being able to play that great a defense, and, well, the train wreck in New England, the Jets could easily win that.
Yeah, no, New England's going to be in the basement.
Yeah, New England, if they win 3 games, they will be lucky.
Yeah.
And that's assuming that Drake May doesn't start until mid-season. Their best shot is to start Zappy, bring Drake May along. If Zappy starts to collapse, then play him.
Right.
Don't start him.
Oh, no.
Okay, especially with the shit that's around him.
Yeah, that team is too bad to have him come in and start. He'll have a 2-year career.
Correct. But I could see the Jets winning that division.
I also see if people are going to hate, call me a homer. I see the Raiders, bro.
Homer.
I see the Raiders. We will have a top 10 defense.
This is where the guy who does this thing puts the Homer Simpson.
Hey, I'll wear it. I'll wear it. Come back and talk to me later in the year. We will have a top 10 defense. Our defensive line might be top 5 in the entire league. Christian Wilkins, Malcolm Koonce, Max Crosby are going to cause problems. Jack Jones is going to be one of the best corners in the league. We have a lot of talent on that team. On top of that, I've been saying this. What is the absolute best thing that a average quarterback can have? Great tight ends. And we have 2 very good young tight ends. We have very good wide receivers that can stretch the field, possession receivers, one of the best route runners in the game. We have 2 good running backs. I think Alexander Madison is going to be a huge pickup for us out of the backfield on, 3rd down. And we're not going to have to go out there with our defense. We're not going to have to go out there and score 30 a game. And on top of everything else, we have a coach that players are freaking playing their ass off for. And that will, by itself, will elevate a team. When you have a coach like that, look at Vrabel. Look at coaches where teams do everything in their power to play for that coach. He's building that team up. Our defensive, coordinator, when he took over last year, things started turning around. Our defense looked completely different. Who's going to be top of our division? The Chiefs, obviously. Who do we either beat or are a field goal away from beating every freaking year? The Chiefs. We are so close, and the Broncos are going to suck. The Chargers, I don't think they're going to be that good. They got Harbaugh. Yes, they got Herbert. They got rid of all their freaking weapons. They drafted Joe Alt, and they got J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, so they're obviously planning on running the ball 40 times a game. I don't see them putting up a lot of points. Their defense is already trash. I don't see them being ahead of us. I think the Raiders are going to surprise some people. Now, I will say our schedule is fucking brutal. It's brutal. I will say that. It's going to be a tough schedule. But I think with our defense, I think we're going to surprise some people.
I will agree with a little bit of that. I think your defense is good. I think your front seven is very good. Back in, shaky, not too bad. They will hold up in games for most of them. Could they be second in the division? Yes. Denver is going to struggle.
Yeah.
Denver's a 4 to 5 win team. San Diego
I know, it's so crazy to freaking say Los Angeles Chargers. It's weird.
Well, I just say Los Angeles, period. So, but the Chargers, I don't think the running game is going to be all that effective. It is going to be Herbert throwing the ball to these young guys. They paid Herbert to do this. They didn't pay J.K. Dobbins. They didn't pay.
Well, they paid Harbaugh, and Harbaugh's a run-first coach.
Yeah, but you've got not the greatest of running backs.
No.
You have a guy that gets hurt every 3rd game, and you have Gus Edwards, who is just between the tackle guy. You know, Isaiah Spiller or whoever else, they got to get somebody to get outside the tackles. They did a 3rd down back. They don't have that.
Right.
Unless they're going to transfer Spiller into this role, or there's another rookie in there that I don't know about. I think they're middle of the pack. They're 8-9, 9-8 team. Denver's a 4-win team.
Yeah.
Now the Raiders, defensively, will keep them in games. I believe this. they're going to have lower scoring games. Even though they're on the fast track in the dome, it'll still be probably fairly low scoring games. Will they get the Chiefs one time? Depends on when they get them. Possibly. Chiefs are by far the winner of that division. I don't think it's even close. I think 11-5 wins that division. The Raiders could be 10-6. The Raiders could be 9-8. Raiders could be 6-11. That all depends on the one thing you need to win games, and that's your quarterback. And your quarterback isn't proven, and he didn't prove anything last year.
I think he showed some. I do believe he showed some signs. Something else that we have, which people undervalue a lot, is a very good kicker. And on close games, that is super important. You know how many games? How many?
You just said kicker.
How many games a year?
This fucking guy right here, this fucking guy who doesn't think kickers should be in fantasy, said fucking kicker. He's banking on a fucking kicker.
I'm not banking on it.
Holy shit.
But what I'm saying is, how many games a year are won with a field goal at the end of a game?
A lot of them.
A lot.
But you just...
How many games are lost because of a kicker?
A
lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So having a very good kicker is very important, and we got one of the best.
Better get better, or someone should kick his ass out of the fucking stadium. Because that guy missed more shit than any of your fucking kicker's brother.
Hey, I know. We got the better of the gene pool.
God damn it. You can have this fucking brother over there.
I don't want him. You can have that.
You just brought up a kicker. I'm going to win games because my kicker.
Hey.
Get the fuck out of here with this, James. Come on, man. You don't...
How many games did you lose last year because of a bad kicker? Couple?
I don't think we actually lost games because of him, but we didn't win games because of him. Okay, we didn't have Mason Crosby back there kicking game winners for us.
No.
Okay.
No.
So we had struggles early, and then Jordan Love played his ass off and won games.
Yep.
I don't think our kicker really did anything good.
Nah.
But he whiffed a shitload of extra points and a shitload of fucking kicks. And I mean, we brought in like 15 different kickers since then. Yeah. He's still there. So he better be better.
Is there anything that you want to talk about in regards to the hobby?
It's a quiet time right now.
It sucks, bro.
There is.
It's not like it was a couple years ago where Panini was releasing 2-3 products a week.
I don't know what has happened, but I mean, the Optic has been pushed back again. Select has been pushed. I mean, we're going to be pushing 2024 score.
Masters and Megas are coming out 2 months before hobby.
I know. I still don't understand the reason for that. Because I mean, yeah, you get your silvers and you get a couple little color parallels or whatever, which are kind of going through the roof. But when the hobby hits and you hit silvers, not very much anymore.
Not the same.
No. So I don't get why they're doing that, but I do get. Here's what I do get, and I think I know the reason for this. They are sending all of, well, I would say all. They're getting all of the retail out earlier, but not as much of it. So you're getting, let's just say they're sending half of what their normal order is to Walmart, to Target, to Best Buy, or whoever, Dick's Sporting Goods, Fanatics. Right. Okay, wherever these little fucking boxes are coming from. Say you're sending out half at a certain amount. Say they're selling it to them for $20 a box. Okay, Target puts it out for $30 a box. Walmart puts it out for $30 a box. They sell it real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Target doesn't get any more. Walmart doesn't get any more. On Walmart's side, you got these assholes that have collected a bunch, like StockX and some of those other fucking companies that are now selling for $65, $70 a box. Okay. Nobody's still buying it because you're all assholes. Now, it's slow time. Hobby hasn't come out yet. Panini drops retail on their website at $60 a box.
Sells out in a few days.
It sells out in a few minutes. So now Panini's made double off of us that they would have made, technically triple off of us for a $60 box that they sold for $20 a box to Target. Okay. Understand why they're doing it. Complete and utter bullshit. And fuck you, Panini, for doing it.
I think one of the other main reasons is because a couple things, and I've spoke about this in the past. They're losing their NBA license next year. They're losing their NFL license in 2026. So they're trying to squeeze every dime that they can out of us. On top of that, NFL product next year is going to be good. NBA product is going to be ass.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I can't even imagine what they're going to try to come out and price Prism at. This year, it was like $900. Next year, if it's over $450, I don't think people will buy it.
Yeah. And normally, within Prism, the autographs are the worst thing you can get. Mm-hmm. Okay? And now with this draft class being as shitty as it is, I mean, it could be better. Who knows? There could be some stars in there that we don't see yet.
Right.
There's always...
But how many are going to be signed to Fanatics now?
Correct. I mean, why would you sign with Panini? Mm-hmm. They're a dying company.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's...
The next couple of years are going to be so interesting, but at the current time, it sucks for us. Because Panini is, like I said, they're freaking doing this to the consumer. And they're squeezing every penny they can out of us. And they're delaying products. Like, Flawless was freaking, delayed like 5 times. Optic now has been delayed like 3 or 4 times. Just keeps getting pushed back. It's supposed to come out on the 24th. It's supposed to come out last month. Then it was supposed to come out earlier. Then now the 24th. Now in July.
And I'm trying to figure out why they keep pushing it back.
I have no idea.
What is being held up to where they can't release it?
Yeah, something's wrong.
It's not like, other than they are trying to get everything they can with whatever employees are still there because of the national that's taking place.
Yeah, we're going
soon.
We're going.
You are going to the national?
Yeah, just to buy.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Are you doing one of those VIP thingies where you get the big box of
gold
packs?
Dude, we were looking at that, and it's like, dude, they had a package, and at first I was like, who would get this? But then we started looking at it. It was $65,000.
Do you get the gold box? Box?
No. It was $65,000 for this VIP package. Mm-hmm. But what you got, bro, like we started doing the math. Dude, you were getting like a case of Prism, a case of you were getting all together. It was like 6 or 7 different cases of cards. And I'm like, a fucking case of Prism by itself is like 12 to 15 grand.
Yeah.
I'm like, you start adding all that up, and I'm like, dude, that's actually a really good freaking deal. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get it.
But they do sell out pretty quickly.
Real quick.
Those.
Real quick.
I just want one of the boxes of the gold packs, the 200 gold packs.
Yeah.
I want to open one of those boxes that has like the one of one little guy in it.
Yeah.
I love the gold packs.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never been there, so I'm excited to go. I hate flying. I'm not excited about flying, bro.
Is the actual middle of July?
It's like middle, right? Middle.
And it's
4th to the 28th.
And it's in Chicago, right?
No, it's in Cleveland.
Oh, Jesus.
Where she's from.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to wear bulletproof vest. So that's good. But, I mean, I'm excited about it. A lot of people from Whatnot that I know, the really bigger, breakers are going to be there. We're going to be going out to dinner with a few of them. So hopefully get some, insight from them. And just, I'm hoping to turn in some of my freaking redemptions, bro. I got like 70.
I heard getting there early and getting in line is the best thing.
Yeah.
Do it day 1.
Yeah.
I know it's probably a pain in the ass, but I know that some of the packages have like early entries into certain things, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the redemptions are big.
Yeah.
At least being able to trade them for the one-of-one black boxes or white boxes or whatever they're doing there.
Right.
Is probably best.
Yeah, the white boxes are only at the National.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever redemptions you have, I would tell them, hey, load them up, give me some white boxes.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to see those redemptions.
No. Especially when they're losing their license, they got no obligation after that.
Correct.
They're just like,
how are you going to get guys to sign something that are no longer signing for you?
Yep. Absolutely. Well, that's all I got. You got anything else you want to end with?
No, I'm good.
So thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Continue to hate on us. I don't care. I love all the comments. Honest to God, I do. I read all of them. I haven't responded to all of them, but I read all the comments. I thank you guys. Remember, if there's something that you guys want us to talk about, if there's a subject, a product in the hobby, anything that you guys want us to talk about, let us know. We are going to start digging real deep into fantasy football.
Kicker.
Fucking kicker. They're still one of the best in the league.
Man.
With that being said, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Peace.